to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through this week's reading. This is going to be our weekly reading for July 11th through the 17th. At the heart of your reading, we have the Sun, Death, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So we're talking about your future seemingly opening up in front of you, where you see multiple possibilities, you feel optimistic, you feel like the world is your oyster. Now, the Sun is your card. The Sun rules Leo as an astrological sign. So I do really like this for you. It has this feeling of kind of breaking free. But it's interesting that it's paired with Death, the Death card, and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, because that gives it a little bit of like an anchored feeling. Whereas the Sun is typically like unbridled joy, nothing holding you back. There's definitely a counterbalance to this joy and optimism. You may be experiencing major endings in your life at the same time and having this overlap with the new opportunities that are coming up in your life. So you might not feel like the endings are completely resolved yet when you're looking for these like new things to start. Your attention is split perhaps between dealing with endings, grieving the loss of things. Now, the Nine of Pentacles reversed is in direct opposition to the feeling of the Sun, in the respect of it's like a lack of independence. It's feeling like you wish you had more resources or more autonomy to be able to pursue things that you really want to, but you feel like you're held back in some way. And somehow this is related to a choice in love or a relationship, because we do have the Lovers there at the bottom of the deck. So let's see what your challenge is. Queen of Cups. Okay, bringing it back to the heart space. This is you trying to center your own emotional well-being above whatever it is that, whatever else is motivating you, whatever other demands are going on in your life. Trying to remain emotionally grounded and centered, keeping your emotional well-being at the heart of what you're doing feels challenging to you at the moment. And when that came out, the Queen of Wands was in reverse at the bottom of the deck there. So two queens showing up at the same time tells me that there could be two people in your life who are at odds with one another or pulling you in two different directions. Or this is two facets of your own self, your own personality, where maybe you're feeling like you're not at your best somehow, whether that be physically, emotionally, spiritually. So believing in your heart that you're capable of attracting love and worthy of attracting things that you love and people that you love, could be inhibited by a lack of self-worth in some way. Your focus is the Six of Cups in reverse. So you either have your rose-tinted glasses like permanently affixed to your face and you can't tell that you're being overly optimistic when you look at a situation, or kind of the opposite of that spectrum, you're very aware that there's like a toxic situation going on in your life having to do with these fond feelings from your past. And it could be a habit, it could be not a habit, I want to say like a pattern. It could be a pattern that's been repeating since like earlier, a long time in your past. I don't necessarily want to say childhood, because this feels like romantic love, like a pattern repeating in romantic love. I'd say it's likely that it's tied somehow to your first real love. So if you think back to the person that you really first truly felt love for in a romantic sense, I think there's something tied to that experience for you that you're seeing repeat throughout your life in other relationships. Since this is the Six of Cups reversed, it's likely that you're seeing things that you perceive as challenging or negative repeating. You're like, I want to be optimistic, I want to be free, but somehow I never have the resources to do what I want to do. It's over before it begins. Why can't this get off the ground? I feel like I love myself, and that's the key to other people loving me in a healthy, positive way. But for some reason, you're looking at that like, maybe I'm not. Maybe I don't actually like value my own well-being in a healthy way, because you're looking at the results of your life. I don't know, I'm kind of like, I'm picking up on perhaps some of you are feeling that way. I do want to highlight the bottom of the deck here being the Seven of Cups. A little bit of like confusion, distraction, being attracted in multiple directions, not really knowing what you want and why. So it could be when you get into relationships, your heart is pulled in more than one direction, and that causes the relationship to end. In the recent past, we have the Two of Cups. Now, it did kind of fly out in a way that wanted to turn around, so we may be talking about a relationship that's either still going and you're experiencing these sorts of vibes within an existing relationship, or it could be something that's just recently ended. There has been suspicion of wrongdoing, I think, on both sides, with the Seven of Swords there at the bottom of the deck. Not feeling a lot of trust in this scenario. Show me, how is Spirit viewing the situation? Nine of Cups. Okay, so Spirit is paying close attention to, as per always, what your true desire is. Whatever you think you want may not be what your true desire is, and that's what it looks like. Spirit is forcing you into situations where you have to make choices. Two of Swords here at the bottom of the deck, that will make it very plain and obvious, like plain to see, what your true desire is. Like, you may think that you want a long-term committed relationship, but if you have a pattern of getting into a long-term committed relationship and then flirting with other people, wishing that you had more freedom to go and hang out with other people, there's something that's not clicking between what you really want and the desire that you've been acting on. Like what you think you want. Show me the near future. How does this play out in the near future? Chariot. Okay, so some of you might be moving. Some of you may just have metaphorical movement forward in a quick way toward whatever it is that you truly want. I get the sense of obstacles being moved out of your way, like your spirit support team is working behind the scenes to clear a path, because you're really like feeling held back. You're really asking the universe to help like can I just break free from these limitations? Can I just please move forward? You are going to have success in this with the Six of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. Perhaps you're looking for some sort of recognition from the people who are aware of your situation. I'd like to say that this is going to be alignment within yourself between what you, like what we were just talking about with your true desire. So if you make it like a conscious desire and it matches your subconscious desire, that could really propel you forward in a way that's very freeing for you. There could be a lot of changes involved because the surprise element here is the Five of Cups. That means that you're going to have to lose something that you were emotionally connected with. That might be just your own belief that you wanted a long-term monogamous relationship. Maybe that's not what you really want. Now, that's just one example. That's not necessarily like the only way that this can be interpreted, but it definitely fits. Let's see. It's also possible that someone from your past that you don't think is sad about you no longer being in their life, you'll find out that they are feeling a sense of loss, that they're still kind of grieving your absence in their life. They may, though, feel like something is just unfair or it's not possible to balance out with justice in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, something just feels like unbalanced, unfair. Your hopes and fears, we have the Devil in reverse. You don't want to have to let go of the things that entice you, the things that you desire, your guilty pleasures, or maybe some kinks or taboos. But at the same time, you are suspecting that there are certain elements of this that are working against you, that are holding you back. So there's this push-pull within you about, like, how do you integrate the shadow elements of yourself? What are the things that you're going to have to sacrifice in order to get your true desire? And that comes with emotional maturity here with the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And I think you want that, but it's hard at times. Show me the end result. How do these energies play out for Leo? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You may have to reconcile with someone that you're seeking support from or help or nurturing in order to get the resources that you want to be able to take advantage of these opportunities that are coming up. I think you're meant to figure out how to move forward alone. And I don't necessarily mean breaking up or severing ties from a relationship, but I do mean that you may be accustomed in some ways to rely on, like, having someone else help you through something and kind of outsourcing aspects of this effort. Okay, so let me be a little more specific and give you an example. Let's say you have an opportunity to take a class, but first you have to go get certain like health clearances, or you have to provide documentation in order to be fully accepted to the class. You have to get certain materials. It could be that you have someone in your life or you have had a pattern of relying on like your significant other or a parent or a friend to help you out with getting those things arranged, like, oh, okay, I've got to get this stuff. Call your dad and say, hey, can you arrange this appointment for me? Can you call Dr. So-and-so, get an appointment? I need a health clearance to get this opportunity. Like, I'm just getting the sense of relying on someone else coming to an end and that being a positive thing. Because it's going to force self-reliance, you're going to be able to move forward in a much more empowered way. But in the experience of it, in the short term, it could feel like this person is really letting you down. If that's the case, I would just suggest to look out for whether or not the things that you've been expecting of this person are truly their responsibility. Or is this something that you could/should take care of on your own? It may be as simple as just not having enough money to take advantage of an opportunity, and you're reaching out to people to help you with money, and they are not giving of the resources that they have. And you think that they should because they have enough resources to share with you, and maybe they've helped you in the past. But in this instance, that reversal of the Queen of Pentacles tells me she's holding on to her resources. She is not sharing. So roles could be reversed, and this could be you not helping someone out in a time of need because they are accustomed to relying on you for help. Let's get you some advice. How can Leo work with these energies for their highest and best good? Eight of Pentacles reversed. This is the feeling of like, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. In the upright, part of the meaning of the Eight of Pentacles is repetitive action. And usually in context, it's interpreted as, putting in the effort, putting in hard work. It's a little bit like assembly line tactics, though, that you figure out something that works, a way to do something, and then you just repeat that, and you build upon the success of it. The reversal here, though, feels like a backing away from that. The advice being like, with the Knight of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck, it's like, don't think, just do. There's something more here. Something's become automatic, something's become a habit where you just don't think about it. And I'm not sure how that applies to this situation, but if that resonates for you, the advice here is find a new way to do things. Experiment with new ways of doing things. Don't necessarily rely on doing it the same way each time. If it fits your situation, it could be even like on purpose coming at the same situation a different way a bunch of times in a row. If you had a tarot channel on YouTube, it would be like, for one set of readings, you would do 5-minute readings and a 3-card spread. And then for the next set of readings, you would release it on a different day and time, and you would do a full Celtic cross, very traditional, with an extended reading and clarifying cards. And then the next set of readings, you would do something completely different. I'm not sure exactly. I'm getting the impression that like shaking up the energy just for the sake of doing that will be helpful. Somehow, like in the esoteric realm, but it might have more practical effects for you in being able to experiment and see different results coming through based on the different approaches or different actions that you take. All right, so Leo, I'm going to leave it there. Good luck this week. I will see you back next time. Bye.